Hi, welcome to Becky Cortino Live. I'm an author, international speaker, currently writing a book on forgiveness, and I'm passionate about sharing the things that I've learned in writing this book with you. Do you ever feel that you are just hopelessly unforgivable? I mean, just without a doubt. It may be something that you did that you just didn't intend for it to be as it was, but it was. It was not what you had hoped, and you wish you could get rid of it, but it happened. Maybe it's something you said that just sort of spilled out on the floor in a big mess, and you wish you could clean it up. You'd like to have it cleaned up, but it's there, and it's still on the floor, and it's a mess. Maybe it's the way something happened. You never intended for something to be as it was, but it was. It did. It happened that way. And you'd like to have that fixed too. And you just feel like it's just hopeless. You're just unforgivable. Well, the thing to consider really about this is how is this impacting your relationships? Sometimes when we feel that we're just unforgivable and unworthy then, and really unloved in that way, that impacts relationships a great deal. Sometimes people will use things like these feelings, the way that they feel about things, that they're unlovable or not going to be able to be ever forgiven for something that they did, as used as an obstacle to relationships with others. So it will keep them from being close to other people or to make amends with someone, and it could be that was the only bump in the road, but they just can't bring themselves. And it's a difficult thing if you yourself found yourself doing something and you were sorry and then you want to go back and make amends. It's hard sometimes to go back to someone, even if you're close to them, and say, I'm really sorry, I did this terrible thing and it just didn't work out the way I'd hoped to, and I hope you'll forgive me. It's hard to do that. It's hard to do that. So it can impact relationships, but also it's worthy to consider where you stand with yourself. How do you value yourself? And when I say that, I mean in terms of the things that you're doing and what you want to do. Do you hold the things that you want to do as important too in life? Do you want to have relationships with other people? How do you value that? Is that not important to you? So if that's important to you, then to move toward forgiveness and resolving difficulties is really important. The other thing to consider also is where you stand with God. Because if you feel that you're unforgivable or unlovable, in God's world in which we live, love and forgiveness are an abundant supply, never ending, and they were waiting here for us before we were even born. And there isn't a person who has lived yet who hasn't done something wrong and needed forgiveness. And obviously we all need love. So that's available all the time, 24/7. But anyway, I think my question to you tonight is this: are you feeling unforgivable? And the question to really ask yourself, as related to this forgiveness issue that we're talking about, is getting to the real root of that. Why do you feel that way? And how is that impacting your life? It's something to think about. If you're interested in reading more about what I've written about forgiveness, please visit beckycortino.com. You'll find a link right on the top of the page as you go there for my forgiveness blog, and would love to have you join my list so that you can be one of the first to know when my forgiveness book is available. And I hope that you'll join me for a future Becky Cortino Live, because I am this week talking about strongholds and the sticky wicket issues, just like this one, that get in the way of forgiveness. And I thank you for joining me for this and hope to see you again soon. Take care.